Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all my fellow viewers. My name is FAZLEYATY binti ARIFIN and I am a diploma in early childhood education student. 8801-221-2585-5001. How are you? I hope you all are doing fine healthy. In my speech today, I will talk about e-learning versus face-to-face learning. Which one has more cons and pros? Well, for me, it is e-learning. Ever since 2020, our world being hit with pandemic COVID-19. It is not only affect our health, but lifestyle too. Countless SOP, SOPs, the most emphasized action that impact to every part of our life are wearing masks and distancing ourselves with one another. We have to ensure there is no physical contact between each other, even with family. Every department, business, and individuals are struggling to adapt such new norms. More than that, everyone has to work on their job virtually by using various applications such as Zoom meeting and Google Meet. The most challenging part is when teaching and learning process also has to be done virtually. School, college, universities. If work has WFH, work from home, study has SFH, study from home, which is through online learning. It may sound simple because the time and location are flexible, but the trust is it is not. Virtual learning, or what we call as e-learning, has more pros and cons compared to face-to-face learning. Here, I'll give you the 3 main cons of e-learning. First, inaccessible to the computer illiterate population. We have to know that not all countries in this world are well developed and having millions of technology that are accessible to every part in this world. Being computer literate is not enough to treat it as accessible, especially if the country itself is still underdeveloped. For instance, India and United States of America, USA. India is famous as major player in e-learning, but it is fact that there's still huge gap of computer literacy in their population. While USA, the country is a high developed country and also high in computer literate population, so the application of e-learning is easier. Teaching and learning system by e-learning is accessible for the developed countries like USA, but not for the underdeveloped one. Most of the students will left behind. Next, E-learning requires strong self-motivation and time management skill. It requires lots of things to do. The student needs to sit aside some time to go through the lesson and have to find specific place with specific time when they don't have to do that for face-to-face learning. Plus, all those things require discipline the most on how to manage their time throughout the day. If the student don't learn how to manage time wisely, they will not take their lesson seriously. All goals will be missed out and they will get too far behind their lesson. Last but not least, the instructors tend to focus on theory rather than practice. It is obvious the instructor having difficulty to teach practically with various limitations. So, with consideration, theoretical lectures is easier to be implemented in online learning. The instructors tend to focus more on theory. While not all students can learn individually without guidance. With lack of guidance, students losing their motivation to go through the online learning and tend not to take the learning session seriously. So, with the three main points given, I can conclude that e-learning has no more cons and pros. Even though it is still with nowadays globalization, technology, and so on, it could be complicated as such as learning needs 100% students who are literate in computer and teach with strong motivation to study and able to learn individually even with less supervision and guidance. Not all students are able to do that. E-learning is indeed a convenience teaching and learning process due to its flexibility. But when it comes to teaching and learning process, traditionally way is still needed. Teacher, guides, and practical is all matter. That's all from me. Thank you.